AI is being used for literally everything right now, and that includes building brands. But here's the issue. The things that make a brand feel truly alive and help it connect with people on a deep level, those are the same things which, by definition, AIs can't do. Now, before we get into what those things actually are, I just want to say this is not an anti-AI video. I use AI daily. I use it to help me shape this video. It is an incredible tool, but I am mindful about how I use AI, but we'll come on to that later on. Now, before we go any further, we just need to get a quick understanding on how this technology actually works. So large language models such as Claude and ChatGPT, as well as diffusion models, and those are the ones which are used for generating images and video, all function and are based on something called deep neural network probability models. What that means is that based on their training data, they will respond with what they calculate to be the most likely next word in a sequence. And the image models work in a similar way. It's all based on pattern matching and statistical, but finding statistically similar patterns and building out images and videos that way, but it's based on what already exists, what they've seen before. That's it. It's counterintuitive, I know, but LLMs do not even search their training data before they give an answer. They literally give an approximation and build it word by word based on the probability of each word and how it appears in a sequence. Probability of words and phrases, what's the most likely word that comes next? There's your answer. So they're great for certain things, and this is exactly why it makes them incredible tools for us to use. They are very, very good at creating things which sound believable, things which are very similar to things that already exist. But when it comes to creating something genuinely new, they simply can't do it. But why is that such an issue when it comes to branding? Well, quite simply, predictability is the exact opposite of originality. And that is a big problem because the currency of branding is authenticity, uniqueness, originality. And these are things which emerge spontaneously from the messiness of the human condition. So if we want our brands to retain these qualities which allow us to connect with people on a deep level, then we need to be incredibly careful how much of the process of branding we outsource to AI models, so as we can retain that humanness. Now, these traits have always been incredibly important in branding, but where we are today in the world and the direction that we are heading in, they are going to be more important than ever. We are heading in a direction where we are seeing a mass homogenization of culture and content driven by more and more AI models, which are generating more and more similar content. We are in a position where, very, very soon, the majority of the data that these models are trained on will be AI generated content itself. And you'll have seen this if you spend any time online, on LinkedIn and blog posts. Everything is tending towards the same voice. Everything is on a trajectory towards mediocrity, towards being incredibly generic. But here's the positive side of all this. I actually think this creates an incredible opportunity for us too. And it's actually one of the reasons that I created this YouTube channel to begin with, as a space where I can be authentically human. And by the way, that includes embracing imperfections. And it's the same with our brands. The more humanity that we can retain in our brands, the more they will connect with people on a deeper level. And I believe that in the future, authenticity will be a scarce resource. It will command a premium. So if you can keep your brand authentically human, you will be in an incredible position over the next few years. Hey guys, sorry to jump in mid-video. If you are liking this content, please consider liking and subscribing. Look, I'm still really early in this YouTube journey, and any feedback at all that you can give me helps me know what's resonating and what isn't. And it also tells YouTube to show this to more people who care about building authentic brands. Right, let's go back to the main video, shall we? So how do we leverage the incredible power of AI when we're building brands, and indeed in other areas of our work too, but retain those essential human qualities that make things feel authentic? Well, I said earlier on in the video that I am careful about how I use AI. And what I meant really by that is that I'm mindful and I'm protective over my own ideas. I want ideas to have started and originated with me rather than to have outsourced the actual ideation process. I want the ideation muscle, my ideation muscle, to remain sharp. I want to be able to call those ideas my own, even if I had help developing them or expanding on them with AI. It's why I use a notebook to start. Almost all of my ideas will be written down in a notebook like this one. And only once I've got a clear understanding of where I'm going with an idea will I then use the likes of ChatGPT or other AI tools to try and tease out extra strands of insight, or to articulate things in a different way, or to test or challenge those ideas. But the important part for me is that those ideas originated with me and that I did not outsource the thinking stage to AI. I think AI is an amazing tool, as I said earlier, but I don't think we should ever allow it to replace our own creativity, our own methods of generating ideas and of thinking. It's the difference between a prompt such as, write me a mission statement for an artisan bakery, or I run a small bakery. We are known for our 120-year-old sourdough starter. Everything is handmade. I'm incredibly passionate about everything bread related. Please see below a mission statement that I have drafted for my business. Can you please provide some feedback on how I could say this in a clearer or more articulate way? In that second example, the soul of the brand is still yours, and you just used AI to help articulate it better. And right now, for me, that's kind of the sweet spot. And remember, you can fake a lot of things in branding, but true authenticity is not one of them. And before I go, I just want to share one final example with you. Have a look at these two images. The first image is an AI generated image. The prompt asked the AI to generate a image drawn by a toddler of her family. And the second is a genuine doodle that my 3.5-year-old made in my notebook when I wasn't looking. Now, which one of these to you feels more authentically human and has more soul?